Yes, indeed. As the recovery effort begins after KZ2, after a little sprinkling of rain, that race comes to an end, and Bambino starts their final race 20 of the weekend. And, well, we've been fraught with excitement from the Bambinos because they've been, well, absolutely spot on. Riley Morrow, so far this weekend, has been, well, dominant, really. Hasn't lost a single heat race so far. Took the race heat win in Heat 1 and Heat 2 as well. Can he go for a trio of wins and take the win in the final as well? Well, yet to be seen for that one, as their race is due to start at 2:30, so in around 2 minutes and 5 seconds, if you want to be spot on, because Henry Badet's looking at me, and yes, he's
want to be
pedantic.
specific? No, it's not pedantic, it's specific.
Specific.
Yes, now, yes, you mentioned a trio there. You know, do you remember the adverts for the chocolate bar trio?
How long ago was Trios?
Well, the adverts were trio.
I do remember that one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone used that sort of.
Trio. There we go. I remember those adverts.
Yeah.
Good
I mean, I was probably
good chocolate bar. That was your lunchbox favourite. Your packed lunch for school. You have a trio.
No.
Oh, penguin. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. There we go. That's another one from the 80s.
No.
And then if you were a penguin, it was pick up a penguin.
Yes, yeah, I remember that one.
But then the Royal Society of People with Stutters complained about that one.
Yeah.
It was pick up a penguin. Yeah, there we go. What are the 80s and 90s school lunchbox chocolate bar? You had a trio, a club, a blue ribbons.
Oh no, blue ribbons were terrible.
A blue
Fox's
ribbon.
Classics, I loved them. I had them all the time.
Obviously, Anthony Jordan. A Viscount, basically, Anthony Jordan with a Fox's Classic was far richer than I was when he had a packed lunch, you know. God, showing up there. But yeah, so, you know, a trio, a penguin, a club, you know. All I know is that there's another race going on in Spain at the moment. They won't be talking about what was your best lunchtime chocolate bar snack when you were in school.
No.
But and I think the broadcast is lesser for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we're you know, the people want to know. We need to know what was, you know.
Welcome to Chocolate Chat.
But it was you know, key thing. Everyone used to have their packed lunch in school. And used to have which mini little chocolate bar was in it.
Look at Glenister now. Those wheels smothered in grass. I don't think those tyres will be used again.
Well, no, he has to be.
Well, does he?
It's slick tyres.
Got to clean them on then.
Slick tyres. That's it. Control tyres. That's what you got.
That's what you got. But, yes. As one of our cameraman using a Sainsbury's carrier bag to cover his camera, because I think he forgot to take...
Other supermarkets are available, ladies and gentlemen.
Asda bags are good. Tesco's for life bags as well. Aldi, Lidl, all sorts.
So, Bambino's up next. So this is their final. 12 minutes plus 1 lap, standing start. And, of course, we had Riley Morrow dominate early on. They're all on wet tyres anyway. The rain has subsided.
Should we do the grid?
I think we should.
Let's do the grid.
Why not?
Let's do the grid, shall we? Like we say, 12 of them for their final. First final of the year. Who's going to take it? We're talking about trios, and then Chocolate came in. Can Riley Morrow get the trio in this one on that front row with Austin Oman alongside Harper Das and Charlie Page on row number 2?
Row 3, Chester Fawkes, Ellis Child, and then on row 4, Cole Teal and Lewis Cacaldi. Row 5 is Jensen Biglands and Ethan McClelland. Row 6, Jack Mellon and Daniel Ferguson is your starting lineup. So, Bambinos, in 2020, they didn't come to... this is the first time the Bambinos have been to Warden Law. Austin Newstead won all 4 finals last year. 2 years ago, Edward Haynes, who is now in IARMY Cadet as well, he won 2 out of the 3 finals. There are no teams. These are all going to be privateer entrants. But, you know, only 3 drivers, Austin Newstead, Edward Haynes and Luca Holmes-Ballock, have won a final in the British Bambino Kart Championship since it became a full championship back in 2020. This is the first time, so we've been to Wera, to Mansell Raceway, to PFI, to Clay, to Lark Hall. This is the 6th different circuit the Bambinos have visited. First time here at Karting Northeast. 12 minutes. The only drivers in the field who raced last year, Austin Oman, Harper Das. Neither of them have ever sat on the podium, so we're going to get 3 brand new podium sitters today and a brand new winner in the British Championship. Who's it going to be? Riley Murrow sits on pole position. Lights are green. We're off and racing, and across comes Austin Oman to take second place. What? It's a sweep in behind Riley Murrow in second place, but Harper Das has the inside line. But look at the start that Riley Murrow was racing as we go into turn number 1. He's already about 6 or 7 kart lengths in front of the field.
I think what helped there is that it was just straight line to the start finish line. Didn't have to move across or anything like that. Or yeah, it was just gun it and go. And yeah, I think that's massively helped out and opened up that advantage. But Harper Das is still right there this time. Harper Das didn't have this advantage last time. Harper Das had to work a little bit to get to this position first.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's right there this time.
And if you have a little look, the flags, the slippery surface flags, are still being shown from most of the marshal posts. So even though the rain has stopped, there's still a little bit of surface water, a little bit of greasiness on the track, on the circuit. That is going to be a little bit of a new obstacle for the drivers. Already Harper Das is right there. Now, Harper and Austin Oman, I think Harper, if you want to make a move, you've got to go now, drag Riley Murrow into a battle, because once Murrow gets his head down and gets into a rhythm, he tends to go.
This is a great start for the 38 of Chester Forks.
Absolutely.
The novice driver, still denoted by the black number plate and white numbers, running in 3rd place. And side by side now for the race lead. And Harper Das on the outside is going to go the long way round, gets it done, sweeps across the nose then of Riley Murrow. And Riley Murrow now has got some work to do to go for that trio of wins. Oh,
good stuff there from Harper Das, and there is a move from the number 38 kart of Chester Forks. Again, a little bit of grease, slightly different track conditions. It's incredible because these drivers, some drivers, they just a little bit more confident. Not saying that they've driven around here in these conditions before, but it's like, oh, it's okay. Naturally, if you're new to karting, it's a little bit damp, I'm going to be a bit circumspect. Others just like, no, let's go. Oh, and that was
look at that, what a save.
A save from Jensen Biglands. Could have been a big one for Biglands, but he saved it. There is the number 44 kart on your screen. That is Cole Teal. But yeah, this is Harper Das showing Riley Murrow a clean pair of heels at the moment. Now, that's not a yellow flag saying no overtaking. That's a yellow and red stripe flag saying a slippery surface. You are allowed to overtake. That's just the marshals letting the drivers know the track conditions.
Yes. Well put.
Das, Murrow, Forks, Oman defending 4th place from Page. Now they've got to be careful that they don't cost each other too much time.
Yeah, so very early in this race, 9 minutes left to go, so don't want to be doing things like that too early in this race. Want to stay line astern, work together, close that gap, but of course still very young drivers. They have a lot to learn still in their young racing careers.
Yeah, and look at this.
Oh,
Chester Forks is closed back in underneath. Wow.
Look at this.
You know.
Could he win a final as a novice?
I mean, I'm going to have to start thinking about various cutlery-related puns, because Chester Forks is slicing his way up the leaderboard.
You don't slice with a fork, though.
No, you don't. You don't. But
I'm
going to have to think about it. You watch how Chester does, because I think of some really bad puns.
Yeah, there we go. Side by side, though, here for 4th place. Again, Oman just covering off Charlie Page's attempts at getting past on the outside through the horseshoe. Top 3 breaking away now. Das, Murrow and Forks. Oh, it's Das, Forks and Murrow now, of course. And again, side by side. Look at this, Oman hugging that inside line as much as possible. Page tucking right round the outside. Here's a look further back, the 44 and the 88. Cole Teal, Ellis Child, Lewis Kirkdale. Kakoldi. I'll get it. I'll get it. and I'll remember it. Jason Biglands as well is just behind. Do you know what? I read it wrong, and then it.
Well, you need to learn to read. Well,
true.
That was my problem for years. But there's Page and Oman side by side, and Chester Forks. Wonder if his a distant relation of Guy, perhaps, but he's leading comfortably. Chester Forks. There is Riley Murrow and Harper Das right behind us. So the battle of the second and third. The 95 of Das, and here we go. There's number 88 kart. That is Ellis Child defending. You've got the 44, Cole Teal, on your screen, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. The whole field, well, with apart from Ethan McClellan, who's dropped back a little bit, but 11 of the 12 drivers, all on the front straight together. And again, this is even with, the slippery surface flags out, this is fantastic. No one's shown any risk of spinning or anything like that. There's Oman leaning over in his kart in the number 7 kart, ahead of Charlie Page. There's the 66 of Jensen Biglands, the 18 of Cacaldi. Out of Senna 1, side by side. Oman defends. That's going to leave him a little bit susceptible for a move going into the back chicane. Not quite. Riley Murrow and Harper Das still second and third. And look at that signal. Say, go on then. That's very cooperative.
It is, yeah. And now, signals.
But there's obviously a reason for it. 6 minutes to go. And thinking, okay, Harper, now you go. Let's get our heads down. I'll follow you. You're pointing. It's just a really snazzy rear bumper arrangement on Harper Das's kart. Although it does look a little bit close to the ground on one side. That has to be said.
That's more what I spotted. It's still attached. It's not dragging. I think it's fine.
Just be given it. You can just see Harper, Riley giving him a. Now these are 6 to 8 years old. The drivers are doing 35, 40 miles an hour. I'd say 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'd say about
pushing each other along.
Yep.
At the age of 6 years old, that's the level of skill that we're talking about. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it is great to see, isn't it? And like I say, at this age, back when I was that age, well, I was running around with underpants on my head. That was about it.
Well, that's fair enough. That's what I mean. That's what I do most Saturday nights. But hey, each to their own. On the track, there's the 44 of Cole Teal and the number 18 of Andrew Cacaldi. Just battling over 6th position, side by side. Behind them for 8th place is Ellis Child and Jensen Biglands. Using those curves, the top 3 nose to tail. Well, Riley Murrow's tactic of letting Harper Das past on this corner a lap ago is paying dividends, because they're closing in on Chester Forks.
Yes, they are indeed. I mean, fair play to Chester Forks in this one.
I've got it.
No.
Das and Murrow, the knives are out for Forks in the lead. There we go. Got it, ladies and gentlemen. Forks leads Das and Murrow, hunting him down, 2nd and 3rd.
That was terrible.
Thank you. I know. Here all week.
It's getting close to the 2 groups behind as well, as everyone's squeezing in. I just saw Lewis Cacaldi there, I think, down the inside of Cole Teal.
Oh dear, we got someone coming into the pits. It is the number 58
Jack Mellon.
Jack Mellon. Oh, Jack Mellon. Life's given him lemons today.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'll apologise for Henry Burdett.
It's okay. Apology accepted. Forks leads. Das 2nd, Murrow 3rd. Then it's Oman, Page, Teal, Cacaldi, Biglands, Child, Ferguson, Ethan McClelland in 4th position. Now 1 minute 12, Harper Das. 1 minute 12.89 for the number 95 kart, Harper Das.
They're going faster than the KZ2s.
They are officially
going faster.
The Bambino final. The lap times are quicker than the KZ2 second heat. But this is, again, working together. There's an awful lot of battling going on, but with 3 minutes to go, well, thinking maybe those top 3 are 3 seconds in front of the side-by-side battle of 4th place, Oman and Page. They're side-by-side for 6th position, Teal, Cacaldi and Biglands. In fact, the number 66 kart of Jensen Biglands gets in front of Lewis Cacaldi for 7th place now. Behind them, you've got another head-to-head battle between Ellis Childs and Daniel Ferguson. Now, Ethan McClellan's fastest lap time, 1 minute 18.99. I was wondering, we're always worth tracking people's lap times during the course of the weekend. So Ethan, obviously the least experienced driver in the field, but a 1 minute 18, he's done a 1 minute 18.67 now. That's important. So he's gaining experience, gaining confidence, gaining lap speed as well. So that's good for Ethan. Let's see if he can get below 1 minute 18.5 before the end of this race. There's a move, Teal to the inside, passes Cacaldi, and that is for 6th position.
Yes, indeed. 2 minutes to go, plus that 1 lap. And again, it's all getting jolly exciting, isn't it, at the front of this one? Because again, the game of chess isn't over yet.
Well, Chester Fawkes has just posted a 1 minute 12.66 second lap. So Murrow and Das beginning to fade a little bit now. A 1 minute 12.6 for Fawkes, a 1 minute 13.01 last time around for Murrow. And you have to think, well, what was Chester doing during the heats? Murrow had everyone at arm's length in the heat races. Chester sandbagging, playing the waiting game, and now hits them with his ultimate pace when it matters most.
Really so. 90 seconds left on the board. And again, this is a close battle between these two now. They've really, well, you'd say they're not working together. I'd say they borderline are. I think they're working together to try and close up that gap.
They were working together. I think now it's gloves off.
Gloves off, yeah.
Yes, and, well, we'll see. 1 minute to go. So they're going to have 2 laps remaining at the end of this one. And, I mean, that's a lot can happen in 2 laps in Bambino racing. But you can see Chester Fawkes, when we see him look over his shoulder, he's focused. That young man there is focused in the number 38 kart, bolted to the racing line. You've got Murrow being pushed along by Das through turn number 1. Last time around, Fawkes another 0.4 of a second quicker than the chasing duo. Oman and Page still 4th and 5th. Then there's Biglands, Teal, Cacaldi, Ferguson, Child, and McClellan. McClellan's done a 1 minute 17.8. So that's excellent for Ethan McClellan. He might be a little way off the back of the pack, but he's gaining speed, gaining experience. But now, Murrow and Das, what can they do? This is it now. The clock is going to strike 0 very soon. Next time around, they're going to get the last lap board. We've seen Murrow let Das through once already. I think Ellis Child is going to get a 5-second penalty. And I think this is going to be just a battle for second place.
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? Because, like you say, Chester Fawkes, well, a cracking drive. Novice driver.
Yep.
Don't know how many races he's done so far.
Not many.
Not many.
But he's certainly starting his final lap now. He's just got to keep his momentum, and he still hasn't looked over his shoulder. This is the battle of a second now. The 22 of Murrow, the 95 of Das, into turn number 1, through Brian's Bend and out towards the dogleg. There is your race leader, Chester Fawkes. Riley Murrow and Hartman, and even Riley Murrow has now put a gap between himself and Das for second place. So the main battle is third position. Now there's a Fullerton, Chester Fawkes has got some Fullerton graphics on there. I've seen Terry Fullerton here. He's going to be very, very pleased with that. Murrow, Das, Oman, Page, Biglands, Teal, Caldy, Ferguson. But here he is, Chester Fawkes, out towards Gasworks for the final time on his British Championship debut. 3 corners to go, and he still hasn't looked over his shoulder. No. This is remarkable stuff from such a young, inexperienced driver. Just keep his head forward. Don't think about what's going on behind. Head down, 1 corner to go, and it's Chester Fawkes with the win in Bambino. Do you know what? I'm not even sure he thinks he's won. That's a cool, calm, and collected. No celebration. Wow, it's like just taking the ice cube out of the freezer. He's that cool, calm, and collected. Riley Murrow in 2nd. Harper Das comes home in 3rd. Austin Oman in 4th. Jensen Biglands in 5th. Cole Teal is 6th. Charlie Page is 7th. Then Daniel Ferguson, Lewis Cacaldi, Ellis Childs, and Ethan McClelland. Ethan McClelland crosses, he hasn't crossed the line yet. We're going to wait for Ethan McClelland. He's done so far, his best lap is a 1 minute 17.87. He's just done his best ever middle sector of this race. Has McClelland, can he improve on a 1 minute 17.8 on his last lap of the weekend? You're looking at the finishing order. There he comes on your screens. Behind the graphic, he crosses the line. Oh, he does a 118.2, but he finishes, and he's got some valuable, valuable experience, has young Ethan McClelland. So now the leaders. So Chester Fawkes comes into the pits in front of the applauding crowd. Now we wait for Riley Murrow and Harper Das. Anthony Jordan will be in the pits speaking to the top three very shortly. So great stuff there. That's the youngest. That's the first of our 7 finals done, ladies and gentlemen. The youngest. So, you know, unofficially, we've got a new winner in Bambino, Chester Fawkes, Harper Das and Riley Murrow. That is their first podium each in the British Championships. I'm sure that if that's anything to go by, that'll be the first of many for Chester Fawkes. And there, as you can see, the last kart coming in, Ethan McClelland, who has competed, you know, he may be at the back, but he won't be at the back on his own for long, because it's just all about lap time, getting seat time, putting the laps in, experience, confidence, and the lap times and the performances automatically come thereafter. So 1 final down, 6 to go. But you can see, so we're in that green building, the exit at the end of the main straight, with the sort of white window frames as opposed to the yellow window frames that everything else has got. And down in the pits, Anthony Jordan will have found several very excited Bambino drivers. Take it away, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, here with our race winner, Chester Fawkes. Chester, come on over, come on over. Well, Chester, what a race that is. I'm looking at your kart there and I can see you've got the novice plate on there. How many races have you done?
I don't really know.
Don't know. You don't know. But what you've just done there is you've won your first round of the Wera Tour's British Kart Championship. How does that feel?
Good.
Feels good. Do you have anyone you'd like to thank?
My dad.
Is he good on the mechanics, is he?
Yeah.
What did he do to the kart today, do you know?
Well, we tried lots of stuff and just then that stuff worked.
That stuff worked. Excellent. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Well done, Chester Fawkes, on your race win.
Thank you.